Can you see my screen?
Time starts now.
Yes.
Okay, thank you everybody and good evening again. My name is Albert. I'll just dive straight into it. So during the internship, we were introduced to Tableau, SQL, and Microsoft Power BI. So basically, this is what we can do on Tableau. It's a dashboard. This is a representation of everything we do in our various sheets. So I won't talk much on this because I've spoken about them earlier. The only thing that was not there is just the map that shows the different amounts and profits in the different regions that we have in the data. So here we have basically the average sales, the average profit, all in averages, so to say, and we have the profit meter to show some certain products that are within a certain threshold in terms of sales. So the basic thing I'll be talking tonight about is the dashboard 3. If we look at the Colorado, we can see that it shows all the cities under Colorado. These are the things we can do in Tableau because we can link different sheets into one another so that when we click on one, we see the different cities and we see the amount and profit either in sales, either in whatever it might be. We can see that the profit here is minus 6528. If we go to the next dashboard, we would see that Illinois is showing minus 12542. So these are many things amongst others that we can do with Tableau. We can link different sheets in our dashboard. So when we click on one, it's filtered the whole table and shows us what we want to see. So while we move into Power BI, when we might have brought in our data from the SQL or wherever we are bringing the data from, and we might have transformed the data from the Power Query. Yeah, we want to create a slicer. This is simply to filter our information either by year, either by city, either by country. So when we put on a slicer, we want to have a line and a line stacked column chart to show the profit margin trend and the sales trend by year. If, for example, we want to know historical sales of a particular organization, we want to see all of this information. So these are the things we can do on Power BI. So we can see that we have a stacked column chart also and a bar chart on this visualization. And here we have a matrix. It's a calculation table. All of these other sum of sales, of profit, the profit margin, they are calculated measures to bring in a lot of to break down all of these sales and profit and all of these things that we want to know. We want to know which of the product is doing very well, which one is not doing very well. So all of these things are things we can do with our Power BI. Here we have a clustered chart where we have the difference in sales and the sales targets. Now, if we look at the arrow, it's showing column charts. Now, the essence of this column chart is to, for example, we have the Power BI service. When we upload all of these visualizations online for stakeholders to see, the essence of this bar chart and column chart is actually a bookmark to show these two different charts. So when they click on bar chart, it brings the bar chart on. When they click on the column chart, it brings the column chart on. And we can see that from the year slicer, we have different sales amount from different year. So on and so forth, and many things amongst others that we can do on this Power BI. Yeah, so here we want to see, this is the interface of the Power BI service. We can see that my arrow is showing a drill through and it's showing a product details. Now, the bike that showed earlier on is actually a drill through. So when a stakeholder click on this drill through to show the product details, it brings the amount of sales they've had on bikes and the different types of bikes they might have in that organization. So when they move further to check on components, they see the different things they have on components and the different amounts in sales, either making profit or not. So this is the interface of the Power BI service. We can see that this is showing pages.
30 seconds left.
Oh my God. Page 1, 2, 3, 4, and the likes. So that is just how it works. And here on SQL, we want to want to query data in SQL to show us information about client, employees, and the rest. So these are a lot of things we can do when we query all of this. When we put into this query, it gives us the result of whatever we ask it to do. And when we talk about joins, for example, an inner join, it's a type of join operation that retrieves record from both tables and having matching values and a lot of that. So we can see that the joins is coming up on this other part of the screen that is showing the information of what we are given giving the query, so to say. And the SQL left join is simply to retrieve data from records from the left table to a specified join on the other part of the table. So to bring it on the left and that, and we have the string handling and a lot of other things on SQL that I might not be able to talk about. We have the date handling to show date record and concatenation also, which is just the operation of combining two or more strings into a single string, and the data types and many, many more that I won't be able to talk about. But these are all of these things that we can do on SQL to show us numeric figures and everything that we want to know on it. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So during the start of Sprint 1, we're just focusing on setting up the three major apps for data analysts, which are Tableau, SSMS, which like translates to the SQL server. That's just like the main database, and then the Power BI. And then moreover, we're learning how to use the Azure board as specifically for the team, so that because communication is a very large part, and doing tasks on Azure board would genuinely help. However, this was very arduous to use as because for DAs, there wasn't many activities we could do specifically, unlike for, let's say, business analysts who had like a better range, especially agile project managers as well. And furthermore, there have been four predominant tools that I've used, which are Tableau, Power BI, SQL Server, and SSMS. And this is because these data analysis tools are essential for making sense of large data sets and extracting meaningful insights. And then these tools range from simple spreadsheets such as Excel towards SQL. And then each of them have their own strengths and weaknesses, which is why we use variety of them, which covers up the different strengths and weaknesses. For example, in Tableau, interesting data plays a crucial role as it makes people more likely to try to understand the full information. And I've learned that having good data serves as a good justification for a decision, specifically business decisions. And then, for example, this dashboard, it allows someone to fully understand and gauge more information compared to having more bland and multiple data, multiple data. And this is because the dashboard is more efficient and it's more flexible, and you don't need as much. How can I say this? You don't need as much like words compared to, like, let's say within Excel, you'll have a lot of like spreadsheets. You won't need that. You won't need that compared to Tableau, as it already fills in the data. And the fact that it's colorful makes it even better, as it makes readers more inclined to try and understand and engage the data. And then during Sprint 2, I did a lot of tasks such as listing out my daily activities on the Azure board. And then it helped me to reflect on my thoughts and just in general to list out all my thoughts. And then, for example, in Tableau, we've been using the moving average, which has provided valuable insight into how data genuinely fluctuates over time. And comparing the moving averages of different days allows you to identify trends and anomalies more easily. And then here, this is the moving average. And basically like just shows you the change in fluctuation over specific dates. So for example, down here, we can see that this one's for 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, and 2018. And then on the right, we have the moving average side. and then on the left we have it of specifically of sales. So yeah. And then moreover, in data in Tableau, we learned about Gantt charts, which help to provide a visual representation of tasks over time, which finally it allows you to track the progress of each task by um by identifying any potential delays. Furthermore, we learned basic programming. Sorry, furthermore, we learned basic programming of SQL queries and more complex
30
words
minutes and
such as
30 seconds
replace.
left.
Oh yeah, thank you. So this is a data visualization app allowing us to see all the available information. So in Sprint 3, we're grasping how to use dashboards, which are visual displays of data consisting of multiple data sets, allowing a business to see trends and monitor events. On the other hand, in Sprint 1, we weren't really invested in dashboards like that. We were just not trying to understand the basics. But in Sprint 3, this was where we were trying to finalize how to do a dashboard.
5 minutes.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm going to stop sharing now. Sorry.
Scroll down.
And then this one's for, specifically for Power BI lessons, which was delving more into the process of Power BI. And then we just want to transform and model data by creating interactive visualizations. Then finally here we have the project backlog items. And then basically us data analysts, we just wanted a direction on what we should do and what we should do for the
Keep scrolling.
project
Keep
backlog
scrolling.
items.
Just scroll. Just scroll. Let's see what you have. Keep scrolling.
Oh yeah, sorry, that's about it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Time up.
So, are you also using Word document?
What? Sorry?
Are you also using Word document? No.
Yeah,
Enlarge it.
I
It's too small.
I
Just
did Word document, but I actually changed it to PDF so I could just go through quickly.
Same thing. Just
but is
zoom
it
so that it will be larger for us. Zoom so that it will be larger.
okay? So let me just go to okay. So good evening, everyone. My name is Diamandi Daniel, and I'm one of the data analysts in Mentor Skilled project internship that we're having. So this is just Sprint 0. Basically for what we did in Sprint 0, we did onboarding, introduction, and getting to know each other as well. We also did the installation of tools such as Power BI, Tableau, SSMS, and we also registered on we registered or signed up on Azure DevOps. Then also we had daily stand-ups just for the general sprints. That's from sprint 1 to 4, 0 to 4. We had daily stand-up and sprint planning for each sprint. And we had the installation and setup of Tableau. So this is also an example of the installation of Tableau. This is a Tableau interface after installing. So this is another Power BI interface after installing. The impediment I had here was setting up this Power BI because I'm making use of a Mac, and I had to, try to as much as possible to switch OS, so that I can run on Windows. Then this is another the SSMS I talked about. That's the SQL Server Management Studio. That's an international. So this is the Azure DevOps where I was onboarded, and moving on to Sprint 1. This was when the proper tasks or the training started with Tableau SQL and SQL session with Power BI as well. For Tableau visualization, what we did was all about sums of sales as regards to the different regions in the United States of America. And from the visualization that we can see, the West has got more sales than the Central, South, and the East. Then we also had have sales by item category, which has to do with office supplies, furniture, and technology. And from this, it shows that technology has the highest sales from other categories. Then this was the last one is actually profit of items by category, which also shows the profit and the loss. Then from here, we can see the minus, that's the minus £3,000. A loss of £3,000 was recorded in furniture, and loss of £1,000 was recorded in office supply. Now from this is another Tableau visualization, a dashboard showing profits by state as regards to the thinnest of color to the the darkest of all color. So the darkest of all color shows the most profit made. The thinnest shows the least profit made. And there's a donut chart here that shows percentage of each region as regards to the sales that were made. The quantity of sales also talks about the stars that you can see. It talks about the quantity of sales in terms of size. So these stars, the smaller the star, the smaller the quantity that was sold in each state. The bigger the star, the bigger the quantity of sales, the quantity of products that were sold. So let's move on to Power BI. So in Power BI, after installation, we had to connect to SQL Server to extract the data AdventureWorks DW 2020 from the server, and we had to then, transform, clean, and load to Power BI. So this is the process of transformation, whereby we had to check for distinct and unique numbers. The distinct numbers are numbers that occur multiple times, and unique numbers are numbers that occur just once in each column. Then this is the continuation of it as well. For SQL Station, we talked about making use of specific keywords to get data that are needed from the table, just to select what you're looking for. It's just like a keywords or a programming language that gives you what you're looking for, like select from where pay value is greater than 3,000. So it goes straight to where that figures are located and it brings them out. That's for SQL for the sprint one. So then for the sprint two, we're given personal tasks to talk about responsibilities of a data analyst and the tools that we can use as a data analyst, which
30
can be
seconds.
seen here. 30 seconds. Wow. Okay, so for Tableau in Sprint 2, we also did a Gantt chart that talks about discounts and profit. So the black this black indication shows that the discounts that was given as compared to the profit that was made. Same as this one as well, profit and discount by product name. Then we have moving averages that shows
5
the trend
minutes.
as regards to sales. Okay, 30 seconds, Grace. As regards to sales, so the trend from 2014 to 2018 shows that there was a steady upline and decline of sales. So too much loss were not made, too much sales were not made as well. So these are other visualization as well. So this for SQL, we talked about inner join and left join, which also helps to
Time up.
bring two data together. Okay, that's fine, no problem. Okay,
Right,
so
scroll down all the way so we can see what you have. If it's very important, mention it, speak.
That's
Keep
fine.
going, keep going down. Don't go back. Keep going.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Thank you very much, Daniel. Well,
Now.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'll try and be as fast as I can. I just want to move away from the noise. Okay. Right. So my name is Miriam Vincent. I'm one of the VAs. So I'm just going to be running you through can you hear me loud and clear, please? Okay, I would assume that you can hear me. So I'm just
kindly proceed.
Yeah. All I've been able to do throughout the internship, right from Sprint 0 up until the last sprint. During Sprint 0, I took part in all the ceremonies, the team charter, and also the onboarding and ED surgery. And then Sprint 1, I attended all sessions, and of course, I attended all the daily stand-ups and the team kickoff meeting. I took part in the name ceremony. We installed Tableau. We created profile and hierarchy on Tableau. And then also because we had a PO for for our team guiding us. So I created a Resimetry, and also I developed a Power Grid, and also I arranged my videos for accessibility, and then I learned quite a few from Apiho, how to design and things like that. I even did I created a use case, and I presented for the GA during Sprint 1 demo. Right, I'm supposed to scroll down now. So for Sprint 2, I think that's sorry. So this is just, I'm just going to flip through my main notes because I'm unable to scroll it. I don't know why. That's not going on.
Juliet, please pause the record quickly.
So
Thank you.
yeah, so for Sprint 2, the main thing I did was to we created a form to be used to capture the attendance on the group so as to analyze using that. And then this was used by the team to for the attendance as well. So for Sprint 3, I presented for the DA, and then we run through Power BI, where we created a hierarchy on Power BI, calculated field, and we analyzed them. So the major thing, and then also for Tableau, we created parameters and calculated field, we formatted and all of that jazz. And then for Sprint 4, I had a blog post on Saturn, created user stories for the tags on Azure DevOps, and submitted end of internship report. And then for lessons learned, so I believe that if we had a enough database before the sections kicked off, we would have been able to catch up on things better. However, some of the sessions started before we had the database, and the program schedules were not really well communicated. Hence, most people missed the section. Okay, so I'm just gonna. So this is a picture of the one of the things I did when Emmanuel was taking us, and also I did a presentation when that's the task for the personal presentation that we did initially, and also this is a picture showing when we imported SQL to Power BI, and then here is a task to show the analyzed table by profit, and we analyze profit by category and subcategory. You can see where the various field, the technology, the office, and the furniture to show the profit by each category. And of course, this is an artifact to show the chart, the pie chart of the data we analyze. And of course, we created this dashboard on Tableau. These are the artifacts. You can see the map there, to show the subcategory of sales here. And of course, we created close and white card using queries on SQL. And as you can see here, the artifact. I'm just gonna go through, and this is an artifact to show the post. And of course, for the
30
Power BI,
seconds.
this is the dashboard for the Power BI. So it shows the sum of sales by country and category, and it shows also the sum of quantity by category. And let me continue. And that's an article for the SQL where we created clauses and white cat queries. And this is the dashboard for Tableau.
5 minutes.
Yeah, and that's it for me. Thank you very much.
Okay, can everyone hear me okay? Good evening, everyone. My name is Juliet, a data analyst intern on Blue Sky. And what I've got here is my end of internship report. a comprehensive report detailing everything that we've covered during the last 3 months. So the first 2 weeks of the internship focused on introduction of the various roles that make up the different teams that we have during the internship. And these are the list of all the 7 roles, and of which I am a data analyst. And also within the first 2 weeks, we looked at introductory section covering all the roles. So we looked at Scrum Mastery, Business Analyst, Software Testing, and all of the introduction of the other roles. We also looked at a bit more detail into the Scrum ceremonies, and we had a workshop session where a demo was presented to us, showing all the different Scrum ceremonies within the Agile framework. We also looked at setting up the Azure board, and so all my artifacts are in the appendix, and I will run through that towards the end of my talk. So we were introduced into the setting up of the Azure DevOps board and creating stories and tracking our task as we went on during the internship. And as a data analyst, we focused on 3 major tools, i.e. Microsoft Power BI, Tableau, and SQL. And all of these was the body of the training sessions that we had throughout the internship. Starting with Microsoft Power BI, the first 2 sessions within the Power BI session really looked at introducing us to the role of a data analyst and everything that comes with data analysis as a whole. So it was really a fundamental session where we looked at the role of a data analyst, what data science is all about, and data analytics, before we then started to drill down into the Power BI as an analysis tool. And then one of the first things that we looked at was the 3 different platforms that Power BI allows us to carry out the analysis. So we looked at the desktop application, which is basically the main application where we carry out all the data transformation, analysis, and also visualization as well. We then moved into sorry, I'm echoing. So we then looked into transferring our visualization and everything that we've done.
Sorry. Adebayo, can you bring it up? Thank you. Go ahead.
Okay, sorry about that. So we then looked into how to publish the work that has been done on the desktop application into the service platform. And then we also touched on the mobile platform, but we didn't really explore that. So that's the visualization you see here on the screen. And then we looked a bit more in depth into what data preparation is all about, the storage modes and query flow. These were all just fundamental basics of data analysis. And then we went into the meat of the training session, which started with us installing the tool itself, the Microsoft Power BI desktop application. And what I have here is the step-by-step outline that we followed during the installation process. So that's what I've listed here. And then we also attached an account into the Power BI application to allow us to store our analysis for easy access. We also looked at importing data into Power BI. And then after that, we looked at, so we carried out transformation using what we call the Power Query Editor, which is where we looked at things like renaming our tables and fields, locating and remove columns, merging multiple columns together. So all of these was basically data transformation, data cleaning, just to make our data more ready for analysis, removing any errors that could be present within the data that we have to work with. We then moved into data modeling, where we looked at connecting the tables together, because when we have a raw database, the tables are not connected. There's no relationship between the tables. So data modeling allows us to connect these tables together based on the common key that they have between the 2 tables. We're able to connect the tables together. Then we can begin to carry out the analysis. And one of the things we also looked at was creating new measures and column. All of these was to enable us to carry out the analysis that we required to carry out our analysis. So all of that was looked at on Power BI. Then we look on Tableau. The foundation was really to build a dashboard, a visualization dashboard, where we can look at all our analysis. And these are all the sessions that we looked at during the Tableau session. So we created hierarchies. We looked at bar and map chart. We also looked at donut chart. So I will just scroll very quickly to my artifact so that you can see, a pictorial view of all of these things.
5 minutes.
So for the Azure DevOps, this is an artifact of the story that was created, a list of the stories that I created using the Azure DevOps platform. And what you see here is the Power BI installation, the desktop application, and you can see the account that was linked into the application. And here is the Power Query editor where we carried out the data transformation. And this is the artifact of the data modeling, like I was mentioning, where we connected multiple tables together. And then this was the end result where we have the visualization showing us the different sales activity within the application. And on Tableau, this is the artifact of the landing page, so to speak, of the desktop application. And here it was the Excel sheet that was linked into the Tableau software to allow us to carry out the analysis. And creating hierarchies, so this is an example of the hierarchies that was created on Tableau, and an example of the bar chart that was created, and also
Time up.
the map chart that was created, donut chart, a sample dashboard, moving average, and all of these were also parameters that were created. And then we have so we also looked at joins on Tableau where we linked two tables together, and that's what you see here. And this was the final dashboard that was created
6 minutes,
on Tableau.
30 seconds now.
And these are all my SQL artifacts. I'm just going to scroll through. So these are all the queries that we looked at on SQL, the different commands, the data handling, and all of that. Thank you for your time.
Yeah. 6
Wow,
minutes, 52
thank you
seconds.
so much. Thank you. Thank you.